What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M Boxing Channel, your source for all y'all boxing needs. And last Saturday, again, man, we're being blessed with fight cards. What a surprise. I'm going to say that, man. First and foremost, what a surprise from that fight card, man. Got a lot to unpack here. A lot to
Yeah,
unpack. Let's start,
start it
man.
off.
Start it off. Who should we go over first?
Well, shout out to Queensberry, man.
Crazy.
They were
Shout out.
perfect. They were perfect that night.
Yep.
They didn't miss. So I think they should do this again. And I think Matchroom should and probably will come back with vengeance. But otherwise, it was a great event, man. Let's start with Mr. Craig Richards and Willy Hutchinson. And I thought it was a good fight. That was Willy's first. That was Willy's. That was Willy's first 12 rounds. He never passed 7 after, so it was I thought he was piecing Craig Richards up until he got tired. I thought it was a great fight, but it was a good win by Willy and onto better things at the 175 division. And it's a tough division to be champion in, as you know. So, but sky's the limit for that kid, and he's just gonna get better from here on out.
I agree, man. That fight though, like that was his first 12 rounder.
Yeah.
I honestly thought he was gonna struggle.
Yeah.
But he was able to hang the whole time. He was piecing him up, and in all honesty, I think he easily outscored him.
Yeah,
Beat him
especially
convincingly.
the first round.
Yeah.
Not the first few rounds, he was just consistent, until obviously he got tired, and then he just started going to war with Craig Richards. Craig Richards was down. But yeah, at the end of the day, he scored enough. He banked enough rounds to win the fight, and said on to better things.
Yeah, and the next fight, Williams, Sheeraz,
And Hamzah.
Hamzah. What do you think of that fight?
Hamzah is a monster. That's all I can think of, man. The future 160-pound division is here. Do I think he can compete with a lot of with the top dogs? I think he can. He's a southpaw, but he's an actual right-handed. So his lead hand is his power shot. Ammo Williams came to fight, man. He was trying to bob and weave to get out, because obviously as a southpaw and being right-handed, Hamzah's lead hand is his strong hand. Ammo Williams was able to dodge it for the first few rounds, but at the end of the day, when he got hit, and that was just it. I think he can compete with a lot of top dogs in the 160-pound division, and hopefully it's a start to this division after GGG left.
Yeah, 100%. And that KO too, that doubled because he was a team captain.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was big. That secured the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because as we know, when a KO is worth 2 points, but if you're the team captain, it's worth double. Smart move by. They could have went Zhang too. It would have been a KO, but smart move by Frank Warren, and that basically secured the whole night, man.
Yeah, man. The momentum after that was just like this,
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy fight. And then an even crazier fight. Oh my God, Ray Ford versus Nick Ball. What a war.
Man's mixed emotions, mixed reviews, mixed feelings, man, with a lot of people here, man. But I'd let you go first. What do you think of the fight?
I thought it was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, who's the short? It was Nick.
It was Nick Ball.
Yeah, Nick Ball. He seems like the white version of Pitbull.
He literally fights like Pitbull.
Right? And
yeah.
he was really piecing Ford up in the beginning rounds, and then near the later rounds, like 6, 7, 8 onwards, Ray Ford out of nowhere busted his nose, all that stuff. And at the end of the fight, they were both bloody, beaten, battered. And I was just shocked.
Yeah, I think it was in the middle rounds when it was a right hook, because Ray Ford is southpaw. It was a right hook that hit Nick Ball, and that changed the whole fight. He was a little bit on the defensive because the first few rounds, I think first to like 6 at least, man, Nick Ball was having the time of his life, man. He was giving them angles. That left uppercut, I was like, man, that was a thing of beauty. He was hitting Ray Ford. I thought Ray Ford was done. Even his corner said, like, asking him, how you doing? Like, are you good? But shout out to Ray Ford, man. He showed the heart of a champion because he was the champion. He's able to adjust, bounce back, and bank a few rounds to, in my opinion, make it close. But a lot of people got him winning. A lot of people had it a draw. I actually thought Nick Ball won just because he banked. I think he banked a little bit more rounds in the earlier round, or like the earlier part of the fight. Who do you think won the fight?
Man, I honestly thought Ray Ford won the fight because he was banking in the later rounds, and usually if you start winning the later
Mm,
rounds, man, you keep building that momentum and it sways the fight the other way.
mm,
Usually how it happens.
yep.
I thought Ray Ford got it, but at the end of the day, man, Nick Ball, he did what he needed to do to win. Because bro, Nick Ball was taking punches and he was still coming forward. He was inviting him for more,
That's a
mental.
good take. I mean,
Yeah.
it it's what do you call this? It's like the Usyk fight.
Yeah.
You know, Fury was winning the earlier rounds until to your point, it looks better with the judges if you end the fight strong rather than and starting it off strong, right? But it's 12 round fight for a reason. I think that this fight deserves a rematch the next Riyadh season. Um, I thought it was really close. Ray Ford deserves to get a shot at his title back, and I thought we're gonna be in for another treat for sure.
I hope it happens, man, because that's gonna be entertaining as well,
Yeah, yeah.
And the next fight here, this one really shook me. Shook me. I had a lot of mixed emotions watching the whole fight. Bivol versus Zinad. You start, man.
Why so? No, no, why so?
Man, okay. You know how Bivol usually fights, right?
Yeah,
In, out, very
yeah.
measured, very tactical. Where was that this fight? It was
It's
not
hard.
there.
It's hard. It's hard at the same time. He got the KO.
Yeah.
Um, Malik, I say this: Malik is so unorthodox because he wasn't moving either. He was literally like this.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is a weird fight for Bivol because Bivol is probably like, what the heck is he doing the first round? Because that's all the first round. It was him jabbing, Malik jabbing, Bivol jabbing, and it was pretty much a jabbing contest until he got caught. Till he got caught in the first round. Bivol got the knockdown, but I wouldn't really. People are saying like that performance, won't beat Better BF, and I agree. But one thing we can agree on is that wasn't Better BF.
Yeah.
Bivol still did what he needed to do to win. He was controlling the fight, man. People saying the jab was Malik's jab was good. It was good, but at the same time was just hitting gloves the whole time. Bivol was still defensively sound, although Malik looked busy with the jabs, but that's pretty much it. You know, Bivol was still defensively sound. He was still able to put his jabs. He was able to hurt Malik. He was able to get him out of there, man. But overall, what do you think of his performance?
I was wrong because in the prediction I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Bivol unanimous decision. He doesn't have the
That's a
power.
safe word. That's a safe safe bet right there.
Yeah, but the fact that I said he doesn't have the power, look what he does. Puts him
Got him out
out.
of there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally puts him out. I thought it was a great different performance, a different look, a different
absolutely.
Bivol this time
Yeah,
around. You
which,
know?
which I think it'll ultimately help him because
Yeah.
it wasn't. That's the fight that you want to prepare you for a better BF, not because like you don't want an easy fight. Although he made it look easy, but the first few rounds he was. I think he's more calculating than struggling in Bivol though, because he took his time. He got the knockdown, so he was able to chill a little bit more and calculate. Not to say he was struggling, but it made him think.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, this fight will get him ready for better BF because number one, better BF has a great jab. Bivol also has a great jab, both of them. Malik had a good jab, so he was able. Bivol saw that against Malik, right? So I think that will get him prepared for the jabs of better BF, not the power. No one will get you prepared for that, but man, I think this will give him the upper hand. Sucks if we didn't get better BF, but man, I mean, they announced it October 12th. Assuming everything's good, better BF is back and recovered. We'll get that fight, man. I think Bivol has the upper hand here going into that fight, and we'll break it down. Hopefully, it happens.
Yeah, man. Since we're talking about that fight on October 12th, that one post, what is it? Artur
Beterbiev
Beterbiev
versus man. Someone at the zone better get fired, man. I was like, yo, this guy fighting himself. Come
Bro,
on,
that's
bro.
one of the biggest fights of 2024. How you gonna mess that up?
This guy just put copy and paste, bro. You didn't even copy the Bivol's name. You didn't even get the winner. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
was. I
It's
mean,
like, come on.
the one that fought. It was Bivol that fought.
Yeah. It's like, how do you mess that up, man? But regardless, that's gonna be a huge fight. Now let me ask you this.
We get it, man.
Let's say Bivol, the version that Bivol was last Saturday, and it was Bivol versus Beterbiev that Saturday. Do you think he would have won if he was doing the exact same game plan, just standing in the pocket, just exchanging?
Not against Beterbiev. Not just standing like that.
Mm-mm.
Bivol needs to move. And what I know he can. You know, against Beterbiev, I know 100%. He's not gonna go toe to toe because that's exactly what Bivol did. He was kind of going toe to toe, although still being defensive because he's a real great defensive fighter. And he was punching in between. Now that's what he needs against Beterbiev, to punch in between punches, but he can't stand there. No one can. No one should.
Yeah.
Beterbiev. And now that Beterbiev is coming from an injury and it's your leg injury, last thing you want is to just stand there because he doesn't need to use his legs. So, man, I love Bivol. I'm really rooting for him in this fight. Will it be easy? Heck no, man. Nothing's gonna be easy. That guy Beterbiev is still deadly, even though he's coming back from an injury. Man, can never underestimate him. But I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, man, he's an absolute weapon. Even with that injury, he's gonna come back even stronger. Who knows, man? He's just a freak of nature.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, the second to last fight here, Hrgovic versus Dubois. Wow.
Awesome performance, man. Shout out to Daniel Dubois. After his people say he quit against Joseph Parker. He got knocked out by Usyk. People thought it was it. He was done, but he was able to bounce back. A couple of wins now, beat an undefeated Hrgovic, and Hrgovic was the favorite in that fight. So shout out to Daniel Dubois, man. His movement for a heavyweight is pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, we got Usyk, we got Fury, we got maybe AJ, but his movement, he was in and out. His activity won him the fight, and ultimately got him to KO. Shout out to Daniel Dubois, man.
That was a crazy fight, and the fact that they're like, do you think the fact that they used to be sparring partners gave him the blueprint?
Yeah, and not the blueprint, but it gave him probably took a little bit of the nervousness away, just because you've been there before with that guy. Hrgovic even said, you know, in the interview, he said this should be easy because I already sparred Daniel, but obviously the fight is totally different than sparring. That's what it says, man. But it was a great fight nonetheless, and we just heard that I think it's September, the next Riyadh season. They're working on a AJ opponent, and that's gonna be Daniel Dubois. Hopefully they don't strip Usyk, because that fight was for Daniel Dubois is now the interim IBF champion. Hopefully they don't strip Usyk. I'm really hopeful. But if they do, Joshua Dubois is going to be for the title.
Now, with this fight here, with the Hrgovic Dubois fight, if that cut didn't happen, do you think it would have been a different outcome?
I think it would have went to a decision. But I still had Daniel Dubois winning the first few rounds. I mean, until the end.
Yeah.
Although it was stopped because of the cut, do I think Hrgovic could have bounced back? Probably. Could have knocked him out. Hey, man, it's the heavyweight division. We don't know, but the fact that he was cut from a punch and the doctor stopped it, man, it's still a knockout to me. But obviously, there was a chance that it was lost there for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there, man. Anything can happen in the last 4 rounds, right?
Yeah, maybe don't get hit and don't get cut. How about that?
Exactly. Now the last one, man. Deontay Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang. Man,
got banged.
He got bunged. He got bunged. William Hung style. Crazy. Man.
That's a Deontay Wilder, bro. I think it's time. You know, we got robbed because I don't think we're ever gonna see an AJ Deontay fight. Even if we do, it's not gonna be as big. We got robbed of that fight. Shout out to Deontay Wilder, man. I think it's it. I think it's time to retire. He's been through a lot of wars, and he just got knocked out, by a big guy. But what I thought of the fight, man, I didn't expect less. When we talked about the prediction, we knew who's going to be more skillful. We knew who's bigger, obviously, almost 70 pounds. We always count on one thing, Deontay Wilder, and that's the right hand. Unfortunately, the last 2 fights, he wasn't able to land it, man. And I think without that, that's it for Deontay Wilder, because that's his best punch, man. But what do you think of the fight?
I thought it was really good, man. Just seeing Zhang just with the crazy pressure in the first few rounds. Yeah, Wilder got him with a few crosses in round 5. It looked like he might have won that round.
Yeah.
But man, Zhang in the last round there, when he got him with I think it was a hook.
A right hook.
With a right hook.
It's a counter hook.
Yeah.
He countered the right hand. Yeah.
Yeah, he got him with the right hook. Wilder, he just looks around, paused the fight. Boom!
He's like, timeout.
Yeah, timeout. Boom!
Yeah.
He was out.
When I landed, I was like, man, that's it.
He's not coming up, man. He's not coming up.
He did, but he was spaghetti legs. That would have been, if the ref would have let him continue, that would have been way worse.
Yeah,
I agree with the call.
He really would have been put to sleep,
Let me ask you this: do you think that was a lucky punch by Zhang?
I don't believe in luck in boxing, to be honest. I feel like everything's calculated. He might have calculated that, right? Because that was a really well timed shot too.
If you look at it closely, when he hit the right hook, he dipped his head to the left, avoiding the right hand of Wilder. So he worked on that. And Wilder, when you watch the Ortiz fight, Wilder got clipped by the same punch. And that's the one that gave him the Bambi legs. But obviously this guy's way bigger. And that was the punch, man. He had Wilder lost. Wilder spun. He looked at the ref and he's like, what? And then he got hit, man, which is really that protects yourself at all times. But I guess when you get hit, it resets your brain, man, and that's what happened. I think it was a really good punch by Zhang. Skill wise, we know he's more skillful. Punch output, we know he's not going to punch much, but he was able to use his size and just get Wilder out of there, man.
Yeah, and like we discussed too earlier, the first few rounds, fireworks, they're going to be really throwing. 5th round, man, you could tell they were tired,
Yeah, you can tell Zhang was just waiting for Wilder because he didn't want to spend much energy, and that's what happened, man. I think it was a great fight. I thought that's exactly how I thought it was gonna go with our prediction. I was just hoping that Wilder would land that, give it a little bit more spice into the fight where he hurts or drops Zhang. But that's the punch that I was waiting for, man. It landed, and it's good night, Wilder. Which is a sad day.
What do you think's next for Zhang? He's on a winning streak right now, man.
I think he deserves a fight back home. Apparently, he draws at least 20 million viewers in his fight in China. They'll probably make a lot of money there, man. He deserves a come home victory or come home fight. If not, what's next? Maybe get in there with Dubois, get in there with rematch with Joseph Parker, get in there with the other American heavyweights, Jared Anderson, Richard Torres, maybe. You know what I mean? Sky's the limit for that guy. But at the same time, he's 40 years old, so he better, whatever he wants to do, he better do it now. Because time's gonna come. Because Father Time's gonna come for him. If not, probably next fight, right? But Wilder, what do you think?
Yeah, for Wilder, he should just hang up the gloves. He had a really good run, close to 47 fights now, 46, 47.
Yeah.
What else do you have to prove, right?
Yeah.
The belts, forget about it.
Yeah.
At this point, who else are you gonna fight? Prospects? Do you want to be like a stepping stool?
I was just gonna say you're gonna look like a Sean Porter, right?
Yeah.
People say gatekeeper because who else is there? He already fought Fury 3 times, fought Zhang, fought Parker. He can fight Joshua, yeah, but man, with where they're at in their careers right now, it doesn't make sense.
No.
They'll just boost Joshua up. Not to say he can't win that fight. He always has that right hand, but after the damages that he took, man, with all 3 Fury fights, the damages he took against that powerful Zhang, I think it's time. With all the wars that he's been, I think it's time for him to hang up the glove. If not, probably get another fight where, like a goodbye fight where you get the guy out of there in about 3 rounds. But yeah, it's been one hell of a career. Man, it's been fun watching Wilder. Wilder's that boxer when he's going to lose all the rounds, but that when he lands that punch, changes the whole fight. That's why you're always like, okay, you can beat him up, but you got to take him out of there, man. That's me. The 3 Fury fights. I'm like, okay, he's getting his ass beat, but just wait, and that's the heavyweight boxing for you.
Yeah, man. Just hang it up. Don't be a stepping stool. Forget that. Don't fight no prospects. Just trying to get your name under the belt. Just I honestly think it's just time.
He's made millions.
Yeah.
I think he's also talking about it before the fight, the Zhang fight. He said, "Man, this is a fight that'll see if I still have it, man." He tried. He lost. He got knocked out. Made millions, and I think it's time for a new venture, Wilder. In my opinion.
Man. Yeah, absolute warrior. Nothing wrong with retiring, man. Retiring a millionaire, bro. I'll do that tomorrow.
Exactly.
Pass me an M.
Exactly.
But yeah, Lan, let us know what you guys think. What you guys think about that fight card? Was it what you expected? Do you think Bivol, if that version of Bivol last Saturday, do you think that guy can take better BF? Let us know in the comment section below, man. Until next time, we are the opposite of in.